I feel like everyone's just trying way too hard in their life, including myself. Like sometimes we just gotta laugh it off and move on to the next one, or just stop thinking, overthinking about this stuffs, and just keep on grinding, man. Just keep on doing the stuffs that you promised yourself, and all the questions like, oh, about how much is too much, or like, how am I doing correct? Am I in the right direction or not? Or like, am I supposed to give up right now since I'm not getting the kind of results that I expected in the first the day I started this? Like, when is the right moment to give up things and move on, or when's the moment when I should keep grinding and keep on showing up every single day, since the kind of like effort multiplies by times, and you'll always get a good result, kind of thing. And like, I understand, I always ponder and overthink about those things. And I think it's a good I honestly, personally, I think overthinking proof is the proof that you are going in the right direction. No matter what you're doing, the first 6 months it's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to do? Kind of phase. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know if you're going in the right direction or not. You just try different things out. The kind of similar thing when people say the first year of their gym journey is like, doesn't count as 1 year. For me, it should be the moment, the period of my life when I used to believe that just doing pull-ups, like 50 pull-ups every single day, will make me jacked, or like as jacked as prime David Lade. I don't know if you guys know who David Lade is, but he's a very famous gym influencer. Most of dudes, including myself, uh, dream physique. And I used to believe, I genuinely think that if I do just pull ups and a little bit of push ups, I should be able to reach that, in a couple of years. But that mindset that was the thing that started me to get into gym and work out, and dial in on my diet and kind of stuff. So it was more of a basement, not basement, how do you call it, like a foundation of my gym. So, but like, if you think about in a way, like, was it efficient? Of course not, hell not. Like, but just in general, I feel like if you're overthinking, if you're thinking about the thing, then that means that you're at least going improving in that thing. Since when you're about to give up, like, the reason why people give up in general, and including myself, if I remember the moment when I gave up on the things that I promised myself that I'll be doing, like, for the next 10 years, just like everyone else, was when I stopped thinking about it. You just stop thinking about it. You don't even want to, like, bring it up. You don't even want to question, like, whether you're going in the right direction, because you feel like, nah, I just want to do. I don't want to do it. Like, you don't really. When we are trying to give up something, our brain stops questioning things. Our brain stops bringing that up. Like, it erases, tries to kind of like move away its space in our brain, so that we just move on and just forget about it. So, if you're questioning on about the thing that you're currently grinding on, I think that means you're on the right spot. I think you just gotta keep on going. But the reason why I started this video as everyone's just trying so hard to be the version of themselves, to be the version of themselves that they want to be in the future, or whenever, is that, like, everyone's just being a sweat, you know, including myself again. I think I'm like, people are taking themselves way too serious. Just like I talked about similar thing in my previous video. In my, yeah, previous video. about how we oversimplify others, but overcomplicate ourselves. We don't really know ourselves in the first place. Like we think that we know, but the version of ourselves that we think that we know and how people experience us are completely two different thing. I feel like. I feel like we don't know that much about how it feels like to meet us ourselves in real life. Like imagine you meeting another person, but like that's like a replica of yourself, but different physique, different appearance. Like I feel like you're gonna hate that person. I have this strong feeling that every single time I had this, like that one person who has done nothing wrong, he's not like he's done nothing wrong. Like we didn't have any kind of conversation, but I just like he just keeps, how do I say, keeps spotting on. Like I just like look at him and like, why does he do that? Like it's not even some kind of like he did something wrong at all. But like why does he wear like why does he dress like that or something like that? Like when you spot that weirdness into that specific person, I believe that it's just because you see yourself in that person, and usually you just like how we describe it is like he's just being weird, but in in not like an objectively weird way, but like subjectively, like only I feel like he's so fucking weird, but like I cannot explain it. And that's when it's just my hypothesis, but I feel like whenever I felt in my retrospect, like if I remember remember those moments, I feel like I saw myself from them, and I didn't like that. You just don't like the feeling of looking yourself, actually experiencing how you used to be or how you used to act in the past that you regret in real life. I think that's the kind of the reason why it brings up that emotion, that feeling of not hatred on that person, but like the idea, the image, like looking at the image that you once were in the past in real life. I think that's why I felt this strong, not hatred again. Like I never even try to be like, how do I say, like treat him different way. Like we didn't even talk at all. But yeah, sometimes I just feel like it would have been much better if I just let things go. You know, Same goes for YouTube or any other things that I'm currently working on, readings or the studies. Like once you just stop thinking about it and you just put focus on something else, and you look at it back on it, you look at it again, and you see like how much it progressed, and you go like, okay, that's cool, and you do that like tens of times, and you end up being actually good at it, and that becomes a norm, like usual for you. So you don't really feel the gratification or validation at all, which I personally think that is the best way to get better at one thing. You stop caring about that to the point, but you keep spending time and willpower, like you effort and everything, but you just stop caring about that. You just focus on that, on doing it just because you enjoy it, and you just show up every single day. You don't even really count the days, or count on the days that you'll become great in the future. You just don't do that at all. You just do it, like just do it, and at the end when you're actually great at it, you don't even realize it. You don't even realize the journey that you've passed, you've been through, the things that you've been through while doing it, since you were kind of like half flow state, half autopilot mode. You didn't do the hard work, as I put it that way. It's like being in this perfect mode between passive and active. You are actively doing it, but it's all passive for you. Like it no longer drains your energy, or it just became part of yourself. Just like I explained this in in my YouTube channel before, about explaining, like talking about obsession, how important obsession is, and how we all are vestiges of the obsessions that we had in the past. It's like the result. We are the combination of all the results of the obsessions that we had. Like it just becomes part of you at the end, and you don't even realize it. That's the best part, I think. And also is the reason why we have this false image of ourselves, not just our appearance, our looks, but how we cannot really tell would how we would come across to other people, as a stranger, as a son, daughter, like, friend, student, and like, to anyone. We cannot really like tell. You cannot imagine, since we cannot see ourselves from outside. You're just trapped inside. We all are just trapped inside this head. And and that's why, if you stay too long in this, taking you this like way too serious, and you just lock in every single thing. You move from one task to another every single day. You don't give yourself a break. Then that's when you try to get compensated by doing things that usually aren't ethical or moral. I'm not saying you are going to harass someone, but you might do something bad to yourself, even while knowing it. And it sucks. It's even worse than actually achieving the goal. So So I think like the best way to look at yourself is just trying to believe in the things that you are currently doing. At the end, like, the world rewards actions, instead of thoughts, instead of ideas, instinct over intellect, action over thoughts. That's also the kind of one of the quotes, not quotes, since it's kind of tried at this point. Like, we all know it, but it's really hard to actually understand it and execute it in real life, apply it into our real life. And that's also one of the reasons why I really love about what I really love about YouTube is that once I just start practicing, or record myself, or research the things that I want to talk about, it it really doesn't feel like I'm working sometimes. I'm actually just interested in the things that I'm gonna talk, or like, in daily basis. Like, I just have this kind of questions in my head. Like, for example, like, can we actually logically prove to a nihilist why nihilism is wrong, or the stuff's like really niche, and the kind of things that not many people would think of. But I just love it. I just love listening to my own thoughts, and looking and how I sound, and how I process my thoughts. And I look at myself, and I feel, and I often find myself losing myself while into the action, disappearing into action, instead of constantly overthinking about the things that I should be doing after that one task. So if you any of you just want to have some kind of this clear, like, refreshing experience, refreshing your mind, in like, without going out, heading out and doing some kind of physical workout, physical activities, then I strongly recommend recording, writing. Writing helps a lot. I talked several times in my videos, in my YouTube channel, but yeah, writing helped me a lot. It Writing and gym might actually did save my life. Yeah. Anyways, I kind of lost my point, but the point is, stop taking yourself way too seriously. Like, just do it if you actually want to. And if you don't want to do it, then try to find anything else but actually fascinates you. Um, just try to just accept the things that you had done and try to move on to the next thing while keeping it in mind that keeping this in mind that if you be desperate on something, if you try way too hard to be good at something, or if you're expecting something out of your actions, then that desperate energy is gonna be seen to this world. Not like obviously other people can see it, like see it and feel it as well, but that's why you should never chase other girls or boys. But like just in general, like in everything what you do, you be desperate enough and the world's not never gonna respond. Or even if it responds, it's gonna fail you. You're gonna feel disappointed since you feel like you paid this much, but actually you can only pay like a small amount in short period of time. Also, that is one of the reasons why I believe in consistency instead of effort. But anyways, that really is it about it today. Thank you for watching the video. If any of you are watching still, I'll see you tomorrow.